The goal of this experiment was to build the most efficient, insulated house. This house model was supposed to be able to retain the warm air when exposed to the outdoors temperature. Through the research period, I chose 3 different types of insulation methods that I thought would be the most efficient and practical with the resources allocated for the specific experiment. I incorporated the idea of double-paned windows using clear plastic in each of the 5 windows of my house. I stuck the plastic to both sides of the card box. I then integrated rigid insulation, which is the use of plastic foams for both the foundation of a house and wall covering. I used polyethylene bubbles for the wall covering. And lastly, I applied modeling clay in 2 small hollow spaces that were in the 4 wall corners, just as blown-in loose fill is used to fill in cavities in real houses. My initial readings at room temperature were 22°C for both the insulated house and the control home. 10 minutes after both houses were put outdoors, there was a drastic temperature drop. The control house model dropped to 0°C, whereas the insulated house model had dropped to 7°C. The control home was stayed at 0°C for the most part of the testing session. The insulated home dropped down to 2°C after 40 minutes and stayed at that temperature until the last temperature check, when the control home was at 1°C and the insulated home was at 3°C. To improve the efficiency, I could have employed more layers of cardboard box at the foundation which was in contact with the ground. The thicker foundation could have provided more insulation from the heat loss due to surface on which the houses were tested on. Thank you for your undivided attention.